Moving back, we have our composting toilet and the shower. Now these are both hidden under glorious amounts of counter space. On this side is the shower. How's it going? My name's Isaiah. I'm with Campovans. We're here in our shop today to take a look at another one of our builds. You may recognize this from our website. We did a couple photos of it, but didn't have quite enough time to shoot a video. Luckily, it's back in our shop, so I get to walk you around this great rig. But one of our favorite parts about this specific build was the way that our clients' past experiences with larger RVs really played into the minimalist design. They started with a lot of really great additions from Agile Off-Road. So they've got Fox shocks, larger springs in front, and then a 5-leaf pack in the back instead of the original 2. That helped with off-road performance, but also really helped carry the weight that we're putting into this longer 170. They also went ahead and added the extended range diesel tank to give them the ability to go as far as they wanted or places where fuel's a little more scarce. You'll also notice the minimal aluminous Nerf bar step and then a really slim rack simply to mount solar. This all gives it a really mean look, but it's not too much. So the design for this build came specifically from the client. They are professionals on the road, so they're living in this van months at a time off grid. That means that they need a place to work. So that's where our Dinette system comes into play really well. They can both work here, and it also allows them to have a couple clients meeting with them for other jobs and such. And when you need a little extra space, of course, this entire thing will fold up and move away. And what this does is really open up your living space. If you need to change or you're getting ready for another trip, you need to reorganize, whatever, this is a really nice space to have. Moving back, this is a 170, so you have a ton of extra room. Now, this also played into one of their key design elements was that they wanted it to be completely open. So a lot of builds that feature a bathroom or a shower, they're gonna have a full wall. That's really great for privacy and for weekend adventures, but when you're living in this thing full time, you want it to feel as big as possible. Starting up here, we use some underutilized space to create storage. So all these are on gas struts. You'll see this is kind of a pantry for this client. So we have dishware, we have food. So alongside our upper storage here, we have our galley cabinet. This has plenty of storage in the form of drawers, all with these same latches, all in nice drawer slides. So we have a silverware drawer up top. We also have a larger compartment here, perfectly fit for any sort of trash can. So they actually used a mesh design that bolts onto the front of the door. That's really nice because, again, they're really using the suspension they put in this thing. They're on fire roads, they're driving off-road, and they want to have everything be secure. Another feature that we find to make a van feel a little more homey is a full deep sink. It's just not worth having a little tiny sink that saves space when you don't actually enjoy using it. On the left here, we have a fridge-freezer combination from Isotherm. This was a must for them. Again, spending a lot of time in a van, you want the ability to freeze leftovers or grab stuff for longer periods. Moving back, we have our composting toilet and the shower. Now these are both hidden under glorious amounts of counter space. On this side is the shower. So this opens up and we have a shower pan. Our client designed a really great shower curtain system that clips into this rack, giving you full coverage. We've also included a vent coming into this box to help dry anything that's in it. So this is a first for us. We're used to doing cassette toilets because a lot of times our vans are used just for weekend camping trips, but this one had to be a lot more long-term. So far, I've only heard great things about this toilet. Right now, I can verify I don't smell anything. I think that's a common misconception with this sort of toilet. This is constantly being vented, and we hear that the maintenance has been really simple. So this is a closet, actually. So you'll have hanging storage here, and they were able to continue with their open layout by bringing their hanging storage down. Of course, the lid opens so you can pull things easily in and out. And then on the other side, more tall storage. So little lips on everything. There's also a really great drawer down here that we're stoked on. So this opens up and you'll notice there's a top on it, and that's a great step for getting into bed. And underneath that, this also opens right up, and you'll see they've utilized this for great dry storage. Last but not least, one more upper cabinet. This one's really fun. Another really great idea from the client was to use these little packing cubes to fit into an open face shelf for more modularity. A keen eye will notice we have a lot of little features thrown around to make it their own. Little things like this from IKEA, I believe. We have a little mirror here, a nice little house plant, this really great paper towel holder that's actually on a ratchet, so it doesn't come unrolled. Little hooks like this, all make a space a lot more your own. A lot of folks will maximize the width for sleeping sideways with flare spaces. However, we were able to get just as much as we needed with this little indent without having to completely pop out on the exterior. Now we're back to one of my favorite parts of the vehicle, the garage space. So you'll see we have a much more durable rubber micro dot floor back here. And it's really nice to have a long space where you can throw as much stuff as you need in. It also allows for some access from the front and the back. On my right here is where we keep all the water systems. So we were able to put a 30-gallon water tank in here that feeds the outdoor shower, along with the indoor shower and that deeper body sink I mentioned earlier. All of this also feeds to a gray water tank we fabricated behind the rear axle. For heat in this van, we've fitted it with the Rixson hydronic system, so that's powered by an Espar D5. That creates hot air and hot water instantly using diesel fuel. On the left side is the electrical cabinet. So this was a very important aspect of the build. We negated the need for propane by using electricity to cook, and you'll notice there was no cooktop in the counter. That's because they like having a modular system where they can take up just a counter set induction cooktop, set wherever they'd like in the van and use that to cook. In order to power that, we were able to fit 400 amp hours of lithium into this build, running through the Victron system, along with 400 watts of solar on the roof. Really appreciate you taking the time to check out this build with me today. I hope you got some ideas out of it and learned a little bit more about our shop and what we do here. If you'd like to see a little bit more, take a look at our website or Instagram page. And until then, we'll see you next time.